everybody. Welcome to Rachel's Reviews and to the Rose Scopers. And today we're very excited. We have the first of our Sundance animators here with us. And we have Mansi Maheshwari here. And thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So this is your first time on the podcast. We'd like to give you a chance to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about how you got into animation and ended up animating your short for Sundance, Bunnyhood, it's called. How did it all happen?
Um, well, I think it's all thanks to lockdown.
Oh, okay.
I'd
Yeah. So
say
the pandemic.
that.
Yeah.
Um, well, I used to study fashion and I finished
Oh,
my
interesting.
undergraduation in 2020. That's when lockdown hit.
Uh-huh.
So before actually properly going into fashion, I had some time to think about it. And I used to draw a lot. So I just tried my luck with it in animation. And I made about 13 films in 1 year, ranging from
Oh,
5 seconds
wow.
to 20 minutes. So I was just unstoppable. Um, so and I kind of wanted to have like a fashion brand. And if you scan like a QR code, you can then go and watch an animated film that I also directed. So I decided that I need to learn how to direct an animated movie. And that's why I went to NFTS in the UK. And now I'm just making films and I've forgotten everything fashion. And yeah, I made my graduation film Bunnyhood at the NFTS and now it's doing its world tour.
Uh-huh. Wow. So did you grow up loving animation? Were you a big fan of animated
Yeah,
films?
yeah, I used to. I still watch a lot of cartoons and I used to watch cartoons all the time. And then
Uh-huh.
I think when I st first started animating, I introduced myself to the world of independent animation. And I watched so much. I was watching it all the time. I was watching it whilst eating food, not eating food, as research, as entertainment.
Yeah.
I watched a lot.
Did you have
Um,
any that were special favorites?
Yeah, so there's this one film which is actually my favorite, and it's just a 1 minute movie. It's called Cock-a-Doodle Doo.
Okay.
Um, it's by I think he's called Nick. I forgot his name because usually when I enter it on my laptop, I've looked it up so many times that it just comes up. So this is why I've forgotten the name.
Huh. Yeah.
Um, but it's incredible. It's just 1 minute long, and there's so much storytelling there. There's a rhyme. It's funny. It's dark. I love it.
Cool. Yeah. I feel like I know that, but I'm not positive. It sounds familiar. So that's
I
cool.
can send you a link after.
What's it?
I can send you a link after.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be fun. That would be
It's
fun.
amazing, and it will only take 1 minute of your time.
Yeah, absolutely. So when you said you've done all of these shorts during the pandemic, did you just do it on like Adobe or just your home computer?
Yeah, yeah. Some for like sound and editing, I was using Photoshop, and
Wow.
um, for shooting, I was using this free app called Stop Motion Studio,
Uh-huh.
which is
That's
that on its
amazing.
own iPad.
That's really cool. That's really cool. So how did you get the idea for this one for Bunnyhead?
Well, when we had to do a grad film, so it wasn't hard for me to decide that I have to do this film. Like,
Uh-huh.
why this film? Because I think I was just struggling. I've always struggled with why people lie so much in the world,
Oh,
because
right.
it spreads so much misinformation, and with news, there's a state of news right now where you can't believe anything. You can just there's some information at you, and then there's new information, and you really
Yeah.
can't trust anything. And so um yeah, I just did like sort of an introspection and I was like, okay, in life, on a personal level as well, we lie quite a lot. And then it reminded me of this time when my mother lied to me. And that's like one person that you would want to trust the most.
Yeah.
So I just made a film about that.
Yeah. So why don't you tell the listeners a little bit about the short?
Well, the film, as I said, is about lying, and it's a horror comedy, so it's not that serious. It's about learning to lie. In life, we all at some point become liars, and it's about that point in your life
Hmm.
when you understand that you need to lie to get by in the society.
Right, right. So how did you decide on the style? And in particular, I'm curious, how did you decide what to color and what to not color?
Uh, um, so at first I wanted to do this like a mixed media film with cutout animation and pixelation, which is like live action but frame by frame. Um, but but then it all came by experimenting, you know. The cutout wasn't working as smoothly as I wanted to, so I decided I'll just do 2D traditional animation, which is drawing on one layer. Like you just draw and paint on the same sheet. But then I thought I would waste so much time painting all the backgrounds every time. So I decided to have do cell animation, which is different layers. And you hand draw each one of them, which probably maybe took more time, but I was satisfied because we were not changing the
Mhm.
background too much. And with coloring, it was I think a lot of times it was just in my head how it looked. Sometimes I just could not see the color in that frame. So I decided not to color it. And a lot of times it was also if we could even have paint in the background, because the backgrounds is just one layer. So if we paint the whole thing, maybe the color is going to come on top of the character because we don't have too much color on the character. So
Mhm.
if they're running across, then they're going to have different parts of the background on them. So sometimes we just decided not to color it all together. So we were just being cheeky with it.
Yeah.
Sometimes we put it,
Seems
sometimes we
like
don't.
you learned a lot from making this, a lot of skills and
100%,
yeah, yeah,
100%.
yeah. Yeah, that's fun. That's cool. So how did you decide on the lie being about the appendix?
It was a true story.
Yeah. I've had mine out, so I related to it quite a
Yeah.
bit.
Didn't
Yeah,
have to
so
think
you've had
about
yours
it.
out.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Yeah.
gone.
And your mom lied about it?
Yeah, uh,
Was she
very,
afraid? Was she didn't want you to be afraid?
yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
probably. Why?
Hmm.
Why else?
Yeah. Although I think it'd almost be more afraid if you didn't know like what to expect.
I guess, but I also think it was like an emergency operation where everything was going so quickly.
Yeah, that
Um,
makes sense.
yeah,
Were you mad at your mom for lying in real life?
I actually never really confronted her about this. So I guess I made a film about
Yeah.
it. I spent 16 months about this without telling her what I was working on. We were constantly chatting every day on the phone, but she had no idea I was making a film about her.
Yeah. What did she think? She seen it yet?
Yeah, she loves it.
Oh, that's good.
Uh,
Yeah, I was different because they didn't know why I was having this pain, and it was like a possibility. My mom and I, we both thought that it could be the appendix, but the doctor was skeptical. So they do the surgery to try to, and lo and behold, and so I woke up and the doctor said, "Oh, your appendix was looking a little green," and I was like, "I knew it."
oh my God.
Yeah.
Great.
So that was
Oh my
it's
God.
it's really hard. It's very hard to diagnose unless it's actually ruptured. It's very difficult to
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
diagnose
Yeah, my uncle's
appendicitis.
a surgeon, so he understood that even if it's not fully about to explode, it might. So he just
Yeah,
said, get it out.
get it out. Yeah,
Yeah.
I understand. I could relate. That's funny. So, and what was it like uh, doing? Did you do the voice acting or
Yeah,
how? Okay, so you voiced the character.
yeah, Bobby.
Okay, yeah. So what? Yeah, what was that like? Had you ever done that before in your other films or?
I have, yeah,
Okay.
in all my films. I really enjoy it. I think also because I've written it and it's in my head. At least the voicing bit, as long as I don't have to put my face on it, I think I can. Uh, I really enjoy it. No, it's not about doing justice to it, but because I had fun doing it, I like it.
Yeah.
So a lot of bits of the film are in the film because we had fun making it.
Uh-huh.
So it's just,
Yeah, was it fun like putting together the music and other things like that?
yeah, so much fun. And I think just like how we came up with the technique, everything about the music as well came by experimenting. Um, we the music bit was quite hard actually because sometimes you don't really know what's sound and what's music because it's going so hand in hand. You don't really, and when you're visualizing it, you don't really realize where sound is ending and where music is beginning. So it was so hard to direct them separately. Then finally we started directing this together and it worked perfectly. So there's like clips of the composer and sound designer just hanging out and playing different instruments together and creating it together. So it was a proper blast.
Really cool. That's really good. So it started with you playing a video game, and I'm just curious if that was that also kind of the pandemic influence?
Oh no, that's just Bobby's personality is my brother's personality that I've stolen for the character.
Okay.
It's not me at all.
That's very cool. So you submitted the short at cons, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
we
that
went.
must have been exciting.
Yeah, it was so
Oh
fun.
my gosh. Yeah, you can to and then get accepted. That must have been very exciting.
Yeah, it was so great. Yeah, honestly, it's mad, and I think it changed everything for the film.
Uh-huh. Oh, you
Yeah,
did? Yeah. Well,
yeah,
and then submitting it to Sundance.
yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, definitely. I think when I was making the film, some people um said to me that this looks like a film that could go to Sundance, and I've never really submitted any films to any festivals ever.
Yeah,
I didn't really know what that meant. But I have seen films that have come out of Sundance and I love them. And I
yeah.
thought that would be cool.
Yeah, absolutely. When you found out that it got accepted, did you just like freak out?
Oh yeah, I was so happy. It was my auntie's birthday and everyone was singing happy birthday to her at the same moment as they were telling me that I've gotten accepted. I was like, who is calling me? Why, where's this from? I was like, thank you for accepting the film, but who are you? Who is this? They were like, oh, we're from Sundance. I was like, oh, hi.
Yeah. That's funny. That's great. Well, congratulations. I really enjoyed it. And we have some fun get to know you questions we like to end our interviews with. So, first question is, what is the best ice cream flavor?
Chocolate. Love
Yeah,
chocolate. Hands
good
down.
choice. What's your favorite color?
Oh, I don't know. A lot of years it was yellow, so let's just say yellow for now.
Okay, good. What music are you into?
Um, very choice. I don't know. I can't answer that question.
Okay,
Actually,
okay.
I do like music from Dario Argento's film. It's a band or an artist called Goblin.
Oh,
Uh,
okay,
always listen to them when I'm working.
cool. Okay, what is your go-to date night food?
Pizza, but I'm lactose and gluten intolerant, so
Oh, no.
I shouldn't, but I love it.
Yeah, very good. Okay, what is your go-to date night activity if you're going out doing something?
Is it a first date?
It could just be something that you think would be fun. Yeah, I guess first date, go for
Okay, first. No, I'm just gonna. I guess I have no answers. That's why I'm touching.
it. What do you think would be fun to go out and do, even with your girlfriends? What do you think's a fun evening?
Oh, I love chatting, so definitely that. But I cinema is great. Anything activity related,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Okay, which do you like better, dogs or cats?
Dogs,
Okay, which do you like better, beaches or mountains?
beaches.
Yeah, me too. All right. What's your favorite holiday to celebrate?
Oh, Indian Diwali.
Oh, fun. Yeah. And last question, what is your favorite animated film all time?
All time. Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Ah, good. Very good.
I'm in it. I love it. I
Yeah,
respect it's so small.
cool. Very good. Well, thank you so much for coming to talk with us. And if people want to watch the movie, if they want to follow you on socials, how do they do that?
Instagram. The movie's not online yet,
It will
because
be.
festival run. Maybe it
Yeah.
will be available soon. But my Instagram is MANC_M. And they can find me there.
And it will be available on the online Sundance if people are purchasing tickets. You can watch the animated shorts collection on there, and so people definitely should check it out. And I'll have your social media down in the description so people should follow you. And thanks so much for talking with me. It was so great to meet you.
Thank you. Same here.
Are you a fan of Rachel's Reviews? Do you look forward to Family Movie Night, Female Film Critics panels, or the Talking Disney podcast? If so, please consider supporting the podcast by becoming a Patreon. As a patron, you get to access monthly events such as the watch-alongs and Q&As, where you get to talk to stars and find out the behind the scenes of the movie making industry. And you can pick what I review for Family Movie Night or even become a guest on the podcast. Podcasts and YouTube channels are expensive, and I really, really could use your help. I would so appreciate it. You also get to be a member of the Facebook group where we talk about all the films that we're seeing, and we have so much fun. Go to patreon.com/hallmarkies and select one of the Rachel's fan tiers. That's patreon.com/hallmarkies.
I'd like to thank Mansi for coming on the podcast. This was so much fun to get to talk with her. I really enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about all the things we talked about in the comment section or on Twitter. And if you are listening on iTunes, please leave your ratings and reviews. Really appreciate that. If you are watching on YouTube, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and you can follow me at Rachel's Reviews all over social media, all over the place. Check out Rotoscopers as well. And please check out the Patreon group and merch store. Really appreciate that. You can hashtag Animation Junkie shirts as well as my Festival Girl shirts. And thanks again to Monty, and we'll talk to y'all later. Bye.